Greetings and welcome to the pit.
The pit!
Pit that is slightly degenerate today. We're all going to hell for laughing at these memes. So join us.
Sorry, I coughed halfway through your intro.
But yeah, these are TikToks that we found that are slightly
questionable, shall we say.
And without further ado, I'm gonna start one that I think you and me can both relate to.
Oh god, I know where this is going immediately. When someone hands you a baby and the intrusive thoughts kick in. Yes, let's go. It's one of my worst fears. Just like
me too.
I am very transparent to anyone, whether they are friends, like close friends, family. If anyone approaches me with a baby and they're like, here, hold this, I will say to them, I do not want to do that. I do not wish to hold your baby. I am not comfortable holding your baby. But some people insist. And then what happens then, Mia? I'm holding a baby and genuinely, I'm going to tell you, this is all that's going on in my head the entire time I'm holding the baby is. But what happens if the baby falls out of my arms and smashes its head, its soft baby head, on the floor, and then I am blamed for the death of this child? It's the only thing I ever think when I'm holding a baby.
There's no happiness there.
It's just legitimate fear that I'm about to accidentally kill your child. So don't give me your child. Please do not do that. I fucking beg.
Just like I want to make one of that macaroni shirts just to spite you, I am gonna pop a sprog and hand it to you just to make you uncomfortable.
Please don't do that, Mia. The thing is, at least there is several countries and an ocean between us. If you pop a sprog out and you're like, yo, come over, I'm gonna be like, nah, fam, absolutely fucking not.
The secret to my confidence is the promise of death.
Oh my god.
Obviously not her death.
Okay, so first of all, I like the layers of this because she's such a girly pop. Look at her outfit, look at her accessories, and then she's just like, you wouldn't expect it from her. But also, someone in the comments, and I think maybe this is what you were getting at, Mia, is she wasn't talking about her death. I think she was talking about her very wealthy parents' death. Potentially.
I thought that this is not her parent, this is her sugar daddy, and she is waiting for him to, pass on peacefully.
That's a very interesting interpretation, but it's only because I think she mentions obviously her parents in the caption, and then I think it's the mum that's, because it's the very rich, because it's the rich voice. Oh my god. No, how does she? I can't do. I'm too poor to do the rich accent.
Okay.
My granddaughter very scared. Me seeing a donut stand. The Alzheimer's jumped out. Honestly though, not gonna lie, if I saw a donut stand, kind of valid, get me a Krispy Kreme. I'm gonna forget about my granddaughter pretty quickly.
I love that it's like an older person. His name is, his profile is Granddad Joe 1933.
Jeez.
Making this TikTok, it just brings me so much joy.
Yeah, I do actually quite like seeing older content creators. I think just purely because, whether they're being directed by someone younger, whatever, because I think there is this weird element of thought, older people can't be successful online on these platforms, but there's a space for older content creators, 100%.
Yes, more older people content, please.
Mia, you know what? I've got the fear now you playing this, because now I don't know if this is actually a funny TikTok or if it's a cry for help. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm actually thinking how it would be really nice if someone took me out on a day and did all of my favorite things and then put me down like a dog.
Yes! I like it. I like the death memes.
Yeah. But I also feel wouldn't that be such a nice way to go out? Wouldn't it be just so nice? You wake up, you have your favorite breakfast, maybe then you go to your favorite place, go do favorite activities, you just have one of the best days of your life. And then at the end of it,
nail gun to the noggin.
Final Destination 3. Because you go out on a high, No
more taxes.
No more work days. Exactly. Okay, you should not skip arm day. And he's right. It's okay. I'm intrigued regardless. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Someone really skipped that arm day, bro.
Yeah, that's you're not working out enough, just like you and me, Herbie. We are not drinking enough water. That's why we get migraines.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, yes. Holy shit, of course. That is the whole reason. Absolutely. Just try harder, bro. Oh my god. Okay, so Mia, did you go through like an emo phase when you were like younger?
I would say the emoest thing that I went through was listening to Black Veil Brides.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you could potentially relate to this, but as somebody that was very deeply entrenched in like the first wave like emo like movement and then proceeded to like be into like, you know, rock, metal, like all of that kind of stuff, I related to this so hard. And also this is the reason probably why I'm not allowed on the Spotify Jam at work now. Yeah.
Yep.
There it is. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it was so bad. Literally, I was at work the other day. Also, this is gonna sound crazy. So I get allocated slots on the Spotify Jam because at work, this is at work. If I've behaved myself with the music for like the whole week, like then they might be like, okay, you can play like some of your hyperpop stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, like fine. And then even then I have to temper it like so much to be like somewhat palatable for the room or whatever. But then what happened was because my phone was still connected to the Bluetooth on the speaker. So, but then on Monday morning, I came in and I had my headphones in. So I was listening to my music privately on Monday morning. But one of the girls turned the speaker on and then my phone automatically connected. And it was playing. And I genuinely kid you not, it was, I can't remember the specific song, but it was playing some song, I think by like Hot Mulligan. And the lyrics were literally so like sad and depressing, and somebody was like, oh my God, whose music is this? Who's listening? And I had my phone and I was like trying to suddenly like just disconnect. I was like, oh my fucking Christ. Like,
I'm always concerned that I'm like sitting there listening to Warm Shepherd and then my earphones will disconnect or something,
Yeah.
and it's going to blast over the entire
Yes,
office.
yeah.
It's like a deep-seated fear that I have.
yeah.
Haven't have.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So maybe the lesson learned is we just, we keep our music private and we make sure we check our Bluetooth connections when we come into work just to see where we're connected to. Okay, babe, I think you've been in there a little too long.
What?
No! Honestly, you have to take the piss. It's like, I don't think I submitted it as one of our videos in the end because I think I just lost it in the quagmire of my likes, which I'm still like trying to organize right now. It's in the same way that there was this TikTok that I was going to send where it was like, basically if somebody has like, how do you know someone's got a dead dad? Don't worry, they'll tell you, you know, because you just take the piss out of yourself. But yeah. Oh my God.
Oh.
Okay, Mia.
I know this one.
Oh, you do? Oh my God. Okay, let's lock in for story time. I'm sad you know the story, but Pit Dwellers, if you haven't heard this before, it's story time. Settle down. This is not going where you think it's going to go.
Take our pasta and put it in the pot. What we're gonna do is if you just wait like, 5 seconds, it's gonna soften. Sometimes you gotta help it along a little bit. And you always want to keep track of which side was sticking out because at the end we're gonna compensate. I remember when I was a kid growing up, my friend Justin and I wanted to make a roller coaster, so we started saving money by putting our lunch money in a shoebox. And after about 6 months, we had a couple $100 in there, but it turns out that my friend Justin's sister's boyfriend had found the shoebox and he stole the money to pay for an abortion.
Yeah.
Okay, this is looking just about ready.
There you go. The thing about this that I just love so much. Okay, first of all, like I said, no fucking clue where that story's going when he starts it. Like the left turn that took. Wowza. Okay. Also, like that was on TV. But also, it reminds me of. So you know how there's that meme where it's like when you go and try and find a recipe online, and then the recipe always starts with like, I was 3 years old when I went to visit my grandma in Italy, and she taught me like, we cooked spaghetti in the garden, like whatever. But whatever. But, so I like how this is kind of carrying that vibe on, where it's like we're gonna tell stories whilst we're cooking, but they are gonna be fucking unhinged.
And this actually reminds me of a story that I never forgave my older sister for.
Tell me.
I was raised religious, right? And on Sundays, we would go to Sunday school.
Okay.
And if you answered questions correctly, you would get things like sweeties
Okay.
and chocolate
Yep.
bars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would save up all my sweeties and chocolate bars in a little plastic bag in the fridge.
Oh, no.
I had quite a big plastic bag full of Mars bars
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Snickers
Okay.
and Dollies.
Uh-huh.
And one day, my sister got the munchies and she ate my entire stash that I had been saving up for
Oh,
months.
that's painful.
She felt guilty and she bought me chocolate to make up for it,
Okay.
but I still never forgave her for it.
I have a question for you. What were you saving them for?
For later.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's a fair answer.
I wanted to enjoy them at my own pace.
Okay.
Like a dragon sitting on a stash
Like a
of chocolates and
hoard, yeah.
sweeties. Yeah. Every time I came home from Sunday
Mm-hmm.
school, my bag would be a little bit bigger and that was so satisfying. It was mine.
Something about that is, you know, when there's a silence and then some people, and by some people I mean me, will use that opportunity to think, oh, this is uncomfortable. I feel awkward. Let me share my deepest, darkest secrets in this moment so that there is no awkward silence. And I feel like maybe that's what that man was going through as well.
Hey Siri. I failed my final exams. Can you tell me a joke to cheer me up?
What's the difference between you and your grandma?
What?
Your grandma passed.
Holy shit. I guess, like, is she wrong? I don't know. Who knows if the grandma actually had passed? I'm going to assume yes, though. Like, hey Siri, I asked for a joke, not to be fucking eviscerated.
Thanks, I feel something. You know what's the first thing that my husband asked from Siri when I got
Ooh,
like
tell me.
an Alexa in our kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
He asked her to fart 100 times in a row, and we couldn't get her to stop farting.
Oh my
like
God.
we were like, Alexa, stop!
That's such a
Alexa, no,
man
that's
thing
enough,
to do.
Alexa.
Yeah.
She's
Like,
just-
Alexa, cancel.
and she's
Alexa,
just
stop.
farting.
And Alexa was like, if you tell me to do something, then that's what I'm gonna do.
You know, she likes to like announce them in advance. She'll be like, "This is a really squishy one."
Ew! Ew!
Love
How
it.
I looked at 14 thinking my favorite YouTuber would come through the screen
Oh,
and
I love
raise
this
me up.
trend.
He would have. Ooh.
What? We don't get a picture.
No, it's because it's the whole. I think it just is turning the meme on its head.
He would have.
He would have, like.
Oh wait! It just occurred to me because all of the Minecraft YouTubers are pedophiles.
Yeah,
okay.
okay, right. Watch it one more time. Yes, they mine in the
That's
game.
Minecraft, more like Minercraft. Am I right, fellow kids?
Oh, I enjoy how long it took you to get the joke as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, because I feel like that redeems me for the like first day on the floor. Gravity is a new concept here, apparently. Oh my god.
Hashtag failed firebender. Hashtag Zuko.
We were just talking about Zuko. What the
Ah,
fuck? Holy shit. I feel like you had that in your back pocket.
Wow,
You knew
wow,
what was
wow.
happening.
It's fate.
Yes.
Tis fate. Yeah, knowing this, I would get like my least favorable side to be the symmetrical one.
Oh yeah, I've never done that symmetrical face like thing where I've gone to see. I definitely don't have a symmetrical face. I know my eyes are for sure like different shapes and stuff. But God, maybe I should do it. But then also I don't want to do it because I feel like I'm just gonna give myself like an existential crisis. Like, do you know what
It's
I mean?
like that. Yeah,
Ugh.
like that flip filter where it
Yeah.
flips it,
Yeah. Oh.
and then you see just how unsymmetrical you are. Oh, I hate that.
I know. I'll just end up like disassociating entirely from myself, and I'll just be like, I don't know who I am anymore.
Astral project into another dimension and forget the existence of your unsymmetrical physical body. Okay, coming home to see Pookie waiting for me in the shower.
This is a wholesome one.
Oh, stop!
There she is! Oh my god! Oh, I can't wait for my toaster bar.
And then we get turned into ashes.
And then we go in the... Mia! If we do it together, we can go in an urn together and then be in an urn together forever.
Oh my god, our ashes would mingle.
Yes. Yes, I just
That is true
literally
love.
just thought about that. How have we never discussed that before?
I know. We
Like,
should merge our ashes.
we should.
And have like a 50-50 urn.
Yeah,
you know?
like we could have a mega urn and big enough for
Mega
2
urn.
ashes. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man, that's it. It unlocked a whole new like.
The lore just keeps
It
expanding.
really does. It really does. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why. It's just old people really make me laugh. My grandma once a year because she isn't getting enough attention. I just snorted all over my face.
Fall.
Do you know what? I think when I'm an old woman, if I ever get there, I'm just gonna throw myself around just for shits and gigs. If I'm like, I'm gonna be that old woman that I'm lonely. I want to speak to a paramedic today, and then I'm gonna go throw myself down some stairs. They'll be like, "You've broken your hip again." I'll be like, "Oh yeah, well, you know."
Oh no!
Oh well.
How could that happen?
Oh no! And then it's like, yeah, but then you're in hospital for a couple of months, getting free food, company. Like, okay, all right.
I can just imagine you sitting there on the bottom of the staircase with your like freaking bones sticking out of your skin. And you're just like, yes. I wonder when the paramedics will get here.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, they're slow this month. Oh yeah, Mia, this is me and you. I'm gonna do this to you.
Heard it's best friend breakup season. We won't be participating, by the way.
If my heart stops beating, you're the only thing I need.
Oh, but you don't have to tie me up. Come on.
It's no fun if you're willing, Mia.
Oh, I think I kind of get it.
Also,
We
like,
should take
I've
turns.
realised that because my flat is very small, I don't think I've got like an under counter cabinet big enough to put you in. I'm gonna have to like, I don't know, fashion some kind of like debris to stuff you in, but I'll make it work. It's fine.
Yay!
Oh my god, fucking casket. This is how I want to be displayed at my funeral. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Holy shit. Yes! Where is this? I want to do this so bad. What the fuck? This looks amazing. I do kind of think people are weird about dead bodies. People should get more creative with dead bodies, in my opinion. Let's start taxidermying again. Why not? Like, fuck it. It's just a dead body. Like,
I have lived in this body my entire life.
yes.
I am proud of it. It is not something I wish to hide.
Yeah.
Make it amazing when I pass.
And they stuff it all full of what's the word, Mia? The liquids that stop you from rotting. What's that word? You know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say. I can't remember either.
But you're not. It's not like you're going to be swinging around on the zip line and your arm's going to be flying off or your nose comes slopping off your face. Like, you're going to be all, mummied up. Nothing's rotting off. So like, fuck it. Get propped up in the pub for a while, and then people can be like, oh yeah, there's old Bob. He's in residency for a couple of weeks before he goes in the ground. Just thought we'd give him a good send-off. You can use Bob's rigor mortis hand as a bottle opener.
We're here right now.
Yeah.
Hey.
No!
It's so simple.
Hey.
It's yeah, just a casual like, hey.
Oh my
I
god.
love it.
No, this is a fear of mine. You know how some people have like squatters living in their homes secretly?
Yes.
Ew.
Yeah.
I can't. What if they see me like shaving my butthole or something?
I won't go into full detail, but literally I was on stream a couple of weeks ago and we had this exact conversation because there was a TV show that I watched when I was very young about literally that. But then after I watched that episode of the show, I then got insane because I was only young. I was a really young kid, but I got insanely paranoid that there was like a man living in our house, like in the fucking walls and the loft space and stuff like that. I had crippling fear about that for like months and months and months. It was so bad. So I relate to that so hard.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone.
You're not the only one, trust me.
Or am I alone?
Oh my god, okay. I was making a cereal when I realised I had... Wait, whoa. Don't play this yet. Hold up. I was making a cereal. Sorry.
Yep, making a cereal. Are you going all grammar perfectionist on me?
No, because like, I don't know if that's grammar or if because the people say that I was making a cereal. What do you say? I say I'm making cereal.
I was making cereal.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm really curious as to whether anyone is like, they call cereal a cereal. I'm gonna go get a cereal from the store.
Get a cereal.
I was making a cereal when I realized I have no milk, no cereal, no friends, no bitches, no money, no job, no confidence, no social life, no car, no food, no goals, no future, no will to live.
Yeah, that'll happen. You will be absolutely fine. And then it's just something will happen. And then suddenly, existential crisis. Why? Why are we like this? I don't know.
That's because we're in our 30s, isn't it? That's when the midlife crisis hits.
Maybe. I don't know. It could be the midlife crisis. It could be the severe depression.
Could be that.
Shall I tell you when this happened to me last, Mia? Shall I tell you?
Yeah, tell me.
Right.
Yeah, tell me.
So I was in, you know how like the supermarkets now have the self-checkout things?
Yeah.
And then a lot of them now have the CCTV panels where you're like looking back at yourself because obviously it's like they've got the CCTV panels.
Yeah.
So I was already in a depression, quite a severe depression, and I was scanning my shopping through the self-checkout, and I was like, okay, I'm very sad. Like life is sad. I am sad. And then I beep. And then I looked up into the CCTV panel and I saw myself looking back at myself, and I thought, I have never seen anything as grotesque as what I am looking at right now. And I grabbed my groceries. I walked back to my flat. I entered my flat. I laid down, face down on my living room floor and proceeded to cry hysterically for the next 30 minutes. Like, girl, what the fuck?
Yesterday, I was going to go streaming. I was going to go live. I turned on my webcam. I looked at myself. And I didn't stream. I saw the video footage from OBS and I was like, nah, nobody needs to see this.
And this is all because I saw my reflection. Okay, cool. You say?
Me, as soon as I get my first wand.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Here it is.
Why is this mustache? Why is his mustache glitching?
What? It is?
Look, his mustache is...
It is? I don't
glitching!
know. Me and you after seeing ourselves in a mirror.
Well, I'm glad we're not allowed guns in this country.
Yeah, same.
Okay, I have one for you and me as friends.
Yay! Casually stimming with my necklace. Yes!
Yes!
Let's go! Just know that if I ever own a piece of jewelry with your ashes in it, I will be fucking insufferable, because anytime anyone is like, no, that's a really nice necklace, I'll be like, thanks, my dead friend is in there. Like, anytime anyone says anything, I will be, it's like I am with my dead dad now, because that is true what I said earlier. Any chance I get to bring up my dead dad, yeah, I'll be doing that. Like, anytime I get to bring up the dead friend I have in my necklace, I'm gonna be doing that.
But you know what the sad thing is? Only one of us will get to have the other in the necklace.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. Look how cocky I am. Yeah, Mia, when I get you around my neck and like the rate we're going, I think the roles are gonna be reversed, let's face it. Like,
I think Brits have a pretty high life expectation. You guys have a good life expectation. Us Russians, on the other hand,
oh yeah,
not so much.
Yeah, the Ruskies are a little bit, but then I suppose you don't have a very Russian lifestyle. Like, do you?
I do like my drink.
That is true. I've never been plied with more alcohol than I was when I was at your place.
Whoopsie!
I don't wanna be alive. I don't wanna be alive. I just wanna die today. I just wanna die.
Yes. Love it. That is a vibe.
Yeah.
Yes.
When the music speaks for you. When the music.
I like the smile on her face.
Yeah. It's like how she's able to convey so much, you know, with that smile. Oh.
When you want to support your friend emotionally, but you're also trying to survive.
Yes.
Survive, man.
It's about time somebody told you this. You're doing it.
Oh. No.
You're doing a really, really good job. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Keep up the great work.
Yeah.
That's how I feel,
Yeah. So that was my last TikTok, and you know, I wanted to end on a somewhat positive note because listen, we're all going through shit, right? But if we're all going through shit together, makes it
a little bit less shitty.
Yeah. We can all be out there supporting each other going through shit together.
That's the end of the video.
Bye.